Hi guys, welcome back to Bark Speed. Saturday morning, thought I'd do a little bit more to the Mini. Check this out. Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to tackle the inner sill on the driver's side, where the pattern part was in. It's basically about 20mm in, and we need to cut and move it over and make an adjustment to it basically. So that's what we're going to do today. First things first, got to take the door off again. Getting quite good at this. Oh, by the way, I've got my new trouser pox on today, courtesy of the wife. Bought it for my birthday. Did I say it was my birthday the other day? No. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, so we're going to take the door off. The reason we're taking the door off is I've marked inside where the bits need to go, and basically we are about 20mm it goes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this panel inside here. I'll show you. Right, so as you can see, at the moment there is a gap between where the panel should be and the inner wing. So what I've got to do is I've got to cut this piece of metal and move it over this way. And that's basically what I'll be doing in today's video. As you can see, I've taken the panel off so that you can get at what we need to get at. I need to do a bit of tidying up on here where the accelerator bolts on as well. I've got the part for that. But we are about, that's sitting there, and we need to move this. So I'm just wondering what I can do here, because this is a really sort of like forged up panel now, and I'm wondering if I cut this down there and actually get rid of the old metal and put a new piece of metal in its place. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, it's always the way. It's always the way with this stuff. It's always the way, because when you have one job to do, you end up with about 6 jobs. I've been itching to get my welder out. I'm going to do a little bit of tack welding onto this bracket here to make this more secure, and then I can do the rest of the car, offer the panel up, get it all back together nice and neat. I'm going to cut a slither down here to move this out slightly, and yeah, it's all good to go. Without further ado, I'm going to do a bit of welding. Thank you very much. Right, got a couple of tacks in place for about the 5th time. Going to cut down the panel that I want to get out, and then I can then refit the front panel, mark it all up, drill some pilot holes in the panel so I can then clamp this up and do my spot weld, simulate spot welds on there. So I'll come back in a minute. Oh. Like that. That it? Sweet. I think I'm gonna have a drink now. And I've got to do a little bit of grinding. See you in a minute. So basically what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going to cut this panel and rejoin it there so that it's got the correct spacing. I've just got to try and tidy up and put a proper line in there. It's very difficult to cut with an angle grinder. One, when you've got pissed eyes, which I think I have got, and the other is trying to get in there and do it. I might actually go around the other side and cut it from the inside, so I was cheating, cutting it from the outside here. So, yeah. As Matt Green says, it is what it is. Reference to you, Matt Green. Like your Metro, by the way. Okay, as you can see, that's welded on now there nicely and ground down. That one's welded in. That gives that loads of support now. Got that down there. That's in line all the way down. I'm going to refit the front panel, score all the bits I need so I can basically drill from the inside out. That's my next job. And then I've got to piece in that little bit in there. Won't take me long. Got loads of metal. So, bit more messing around. You see in there, it's distorted the panel very slightly, but I can live with that. I can move that slightly. I've got that big hole to fill in. So I think weld this panel, the black panel, in, get it in, and then the door shut is fine all the way around. I'll put the back wing on and just make sure. It's all about preparation, and preparation takes a long time, and unfortunately it's going to take time. It's good fun though. I enjoy what I'm doing. Yep. Speak to you tomorrow. Okay, so just to recap on what I've done, I've managed to get a load of the fixings in around the panel and pull it in tight. I'm now going to remove the door and try and fit the seal step and the bit that goes inside, well, that covers this up here. That's my next job. Right, I'm in a position where I can weld this panel to this panel. This is a pattern part. I'm going to make the best of a good job. Wish me luck. Okay, so there's my welding. Simulate spot welds all the way down. Made that panel a lot rigid, more rigid now. And I can, ooh, getting hot. Yeah, so basically I'm going to try the door back on now, because that should have made the panel more rigid, and the door won't drop every time you open the door. Fingers crossed. Bit of grinding with me trusty old belt sander. I'm really pleased with that. Considering I'm an amateur, I'm really pleased. The door doesn't really drop anymore. Goes straight in. And there's a good shut Proof will be in trying the rear panel on. It fits! Excellent! Ah, there we go. So I just got the bottom bit to do on that. Then I can take that front panel off, drill where I need to drill, put it back on again, and do a bit more welding. And I think I'm going to do that today, get that bit out of the way. So I'm going to put the kettle on and have a pot noodle. If you want, you can comment what sort of lunch do you have when you do your garage, because I've got loads of pot noodles in my office, so I'm going to go and boil the kettle. Got the old trusty out again to start punching some holes down the middle of this piece of steel that goes around the corner there. So here's the first one going in. And another one, and another one, another one, another one, another one. There we go, all done. And I can just drill them out very slightly with my bigger drill bit to give me the ease of it, because it's a lot easier when you want to drill, when you want to weld. The simulated spot there is just the holes are slightly bigger. Just something that it's a suck it and see thing really. With this, so there's my panel with all the holes ready to be drilled in it, and I'm just going to give it a clean up and do a bit of welding. Yeah. Next panel's in and ready to be welded, so I'm going to tack the front ones and then feathering it in. Really pleased with that actually. It's like scaring myself here. Oh dear. Okay, So you can see there, I have done those spot welds, tidied the top ones up, and the top is in, bottom isn't. I'm going to just grind them all off, and then I might actually work my way along that way rather than fitting that front panel in just yet. So yeah, I think I will. So I'm going to do that bit there, grind that down, and then I'm going to get the piece that goes in there, join that all up, make that good. That's what I'm going to do. I'll put you on there. There we go. So it's all tacked in place with the simulated spot welds right the way to the back there. That's that step through put in. It's all in line. So I just got to get Mr. Grinder out again. But that's good. And then I think my next task will be that hole. But I'm really chuffed with that. That is pucker. I've got to spin the car over now because there's bits that go in underneath, little bits. I'll show you them in a minute. I've got them, and they basically are jacking points and other bits that came in when on the factory when it was built on the factory. So, but I think that is really good. It's certainly teaching me loads doing this welding. It really is, and it's fun. It's actually fun to do it. If you've never ever tried welding before, it is actually really easy, and the more you do, the better you get at it. I was a complete novice when I first started with this, and now I'm actually a novice now, not a complete novice. I'm a novice, and yeah, I'm really chuffed, really chuffed with what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know anything about these. I'm just putting it together as it came apart. You know, all right, I can use an angle grinder and a belt sander and a drill, but I mean, my welder, and it is all about the welder as well. If I just pan round to show you my welder, I bought this last year, it was about £600, and actually it's got a spot weld timer on it. I don't actually use that anymore, or you don't need to, but when you're first starting, it's a really good idea to put the spot weld timer on, and then it will only allow you to weld for an amount of time, so you don't end up blowing through things. It's easy. It is easy. You just got to get over that theory thing, or oh, I don't know how to do this. Once you get going, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not going to do any more today now. I've got a hearing, not a hearing test, I've got an eye test this afternoon. So I'm going to go home, get myself changed, cleaned up, and then shoot down to this place to get that done. But listen, thanks for watching, and part 2 will be coming up soon. Sorry it's been a week, but I've had a busy week at work, and you know, work pays for me doing this at the moment. So yeah, thanks, cheers, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Thanks a lot.